Jadi di Movie Issues Bazar tahun 2026 ini salah satu bintang yang hadir akan mewarnai your fashion pages adalah Baskara.
Hai.
Ini lagi in between shoot.
Yes.
Oke, terakhir aku ketemu Baskara beberapa hari lalu di gym.
Betul.
Dari tadi kita sibuk ngobrol sebelum kamera nyala karena Baskara lagi cerita kalau ternyata dia tuh tipe yang late sleeper.
Iya.
Jadi nggak ada project kegiatan film, kamu memang biasa tidurnya malam banget.
Banget.
Kayak semalam kamu tidur jam
2.
dan pagi ini udah bangun jam
6.
Gila loh.
Nggak tahu, kayak gampang banget. Bangun pagi mah gampang banget, tapi tidur malam tuh selalu susah.
Kalau lagi nggak ada syuting?
Susah. Kalau ada syuting lebih disiplin. Karena mau nggak mau, misalkan callingan jam 5 udah dijemput, ya mau nggak mau harus tidur cepat kan. Jadi mungkin naruh handphone dari jam berapa udah ditaruh, udah jangan lihat handphone. Biar cepat tidurnya kan.
Oke. Oh berarti tidur cepat buat kamu itu diusahakan?
Iya, diusahakan. Kalau besok paginya jam 5 udah harus udah keluar rumah gitu, itu sih udah tidur cepat pasti.
Oke.
Gitu.
Hal terakhir yang kamu lakukan sebelum berangkat tidur?
Scrolling. Doom scroll.
We are all guilty of it. Yeah.
Doom scroll TikTok, doom scroll. Because I love all the social media. Jadi TikTok iya, Twitter iya, Instagram iya. I'm like everywhere. Chronically online.
Are you also on Thread?
No.
Oke.
Not
Jadi
anymore.
social media yang kamu punya itu adalah Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. YouTube?
I do have YouTube.
Oke. Do you make contents?
Not anymore, but I watch a lot of YouTube content juga. Jadi, I don't know, social media. Kayaknya kita harus stop ya untuk kayak nge-scroll. Tidur cepet.
Tapi at least masih menikmati nggak kan? Kan disebut doom scrolling karena kadang-kadang kan kita we're so out of it gitu. Kita udah nggak di situ, kita cuman just to kill time.
Malah kayaknya jadi kontennya sangat niche banget yang ternyata kita suka itu ya, nontonin itu ya gitu.
Konten jenis apa yang biasanya menghibur dan menemani seorang Baskara?
Oh my God, it change every day. Apa ya?
Like today?
Probably last night abis nonton stand up comedy, jadi kayak tiba-tiba jadi kayak scroll other stand up comedians, jadi kayak nontonin gitu sih.
Okay. What do you do to kill time?
Usually kalau lagi libur, yang pasti harus olahraga. Like gym juga, dan juga competitive sport like.
I remember that about you.
Aku tuh suka banget kayak badminton, atau misalkan sekarang orang lagi banyak main paddle, so I play paddle karena it's easy untuk nyari teman olahraga aja sih sebenarnya. If I could choose, pengennya sebenarnya main badminton, tapi udah susah nyari temennya, jadi ya udah deh main paddle. Ya.
Karena sekarang semua orang main paddle.
Terus dari berapa minggu ini aku lagi go-kart.
Menarik banget.
Iya.
Go-kart Jakarta di mana?
Ada beberapa tempat, di PIK ada, di Lebak Bulus ada, di Semanggi kalau nggak salah, belum pernah coba tapi ada. Ya, ada beberapa tempat.
Tadi you mention you like competitive sports selain pergi nge-gym. Are you a competitive person atau are you driven with competition?
I think I am. Kayaknya kalau sport yang kayak sendirian ke gym itu bisa bikin bosen. Butuh ada menang atau kalah gitu. Jadi ada drive untuk kayak ngelakuin lagi and wanna do better kan. Kalau misalkan kita kalah gitu sih. Kayaknya probably that.
In general, in career also, are you a competitive actor? A person?
I feel like to be an actor, it cannot be competitive because it's always different. And it's an art form juga kan. Jadi aku nggak pernah melihat kayak piala atau apa itu sebagai kompetisi sih. Karena again, as an actor kita juga bukan creatornya. Kita nggak menciptakan karakter, kita nggak menciptakan cerita. Selalu director atau produser yang approach kita untuk kayak mungkin dari casting, audition dulu, atau mungkin kita diajak untuk satu project, and it's always different. Dan aku rasa aneh untuk berkompetisi dengan orang lain, because we work together. Dalam ngerjain film, we always collaborate. Jadi aku nggak pernah merasa aktor lain adalah kompetitorku, tapi adalah my future colleague probably. Gitu sih.
Wow, point of view menarik ya. Jadi kamu nggak pernah tuh kayak most of us gitu ya, membanding-bandingkan di sosial media. Dia baru rilis film baru. Kok gue udah 3 bulan ya gue nggak ada film baru misalnya gitu. You don't do that?
Enggak sih. I would rather kayak punya goal, kayak pengen deh punya karakter yang berbeda dari yang sebelumnya, atau kayak what's my next character, atau misalkan if I do like 2 or 3 characters yang quite similar. Aku pengen kayak abis itu nextnya I'm gonna accept yang beda banget. Even though itu kayak mungkin secara cerita aku nggak suka atau apa, tapi aku mau accept karena aku butuh ngerasain yang beda karena aku
You need a
bosenan.
challenge.
Iya, ini the challenge yang bosenan juga kayaknya.
Oh.
Kayak dan menghindari typecast kali ya. Jadi kayak berusaha untuk keluar dari typecastnya.
Oh,
Iya.
dan menghindari typecast, berarti itu adalah it's a conscious decision on your part.
Yes.
Berarti nggak salah juga kalau orang bilang Baskara itu cukup picky memilih peran?
Picky mungkin nggak sepicky itu, tapi lebih ke karena it's always different. Karena misalkan contoh waktu aku dapat recognition for my part di film Bebas waktu itu, to be honest, a quite similar role datang ke aku.
Oke.
Lumayan banyak. Abis itu aku mencoba untuk kayak nyari yang lain deh kalau aku main gitu terus. Obviously semua peran itu akan datang ke aku terus jadinya. Tapi aku bosenan orangnya, jadi mendingan aku mencoba peran-peran yang lain. Aku jadi berusaha drive myself untuk kayak nggak melakukan peran yang sama, at least berturut-turut lah. Kan kalau akan mirip lagi, muncul lagi, pasti akan muncul lagi gitu. Cuman aku kalau berturut-turut kayaknya enggak.
We heard that story a lot ya. Kayak terakhir Brunch with Dave ngobrol sama Darius juga menceritakan hal yang sama. Semenjak apa filmnya dia yang kemarin dia very hot and steamy and raunchy itu. Dengan Luna Maya itu dia bilang abis itu dia menerima tawaran semua jenisnya begitu. So aku tanya juga, and you didn't do it? Enggak, karena sama seperti lo jawabannya nggak pengen di typecast gitu. Pertanyaan aku adalah kenapa industrinya begitu ya? Once kamu muncul sukses sebagai karakter tertentu di sebuah media tertentu, langsung terus, oh ya udah deh tawaran yang hadir begitu-begitu aja gitu. Apakah keinginan untuk you guys as an actor kan kayak punya I want to do something different. Maksud aku adalah apakah kesadaran itu hanya dimiliki oleh kalian sementara the rest of the industry gini, oh dia sukses menjadi anak Badung, let's give him all the anak Badung.
I think cause making a movie or a series kan a heavy investment ya. Jadi mereka juga pasti pengen sesuatu yang lebih pasti. Mereka tahu
it's
this
a risk
guy
management decision.
Exactly. Kayak I feel like the producers kayak tahu kayak this guys nailed it di project sebelumnya dengan karakter yang mirip, dan why not cast him gitu kan.
Interesting.
But for us, sometimes it's of course kita juga ada juga yang pengen kayak terus-terusan ngambil yang sama atau kayak ada aja pasti kan beda, orang kan pasti beda-beda ya. Cuman kayak buat kita yang mungkin kayak Darius juga gitu tadi ya, kayak mungkin pengen coba yang berbeda lagi atau kayak as simple as break from the same role supaya nggak di typecast gitu kan ya.
Ini pertanyaan ya, semoga bisa dijawab. For fun. Apa yang buat kamu peran seperti apa yang buat Baskara close to skin, gampang banget buat kamu to embody that part?
Apa ya? Mungkin
Karakter
if it's like the characters feels too close to me, dan aku akan ngerasa aku harus nge-tweaknya gimana ya? Gitu kayak aku harus membuat seperti apa? Atau kayak mungkin buatku karakter yang pada saat diskusi sama direkturnya jawabannya adalah kayak ya kayak orang biasa. Orang biasa, orang biasa is different, dan aku bingung harus kayak orang biasa seperti apa.
Gitu, it's kayak generic gitu ya. Orang biasa tuh semua orang, dan it's impossible for you to play everyone gitu kan. You need one distinctive character gitu that you can play around and lean onto. Jadi mungkin kalau directionnya terlalu general atau aku rasa pada saat aku baca this is kayak probably like this is my story. Mungkin gitu kali ya. Atau kayak aku rasa kayak ini gue banget nih, ini kayak kehidupan gue gitu.
Aku nggak nyaman nunjukin sisi pribadiku malah. I would rather play something yang bukan aku gitu. Karena I don't think I'm comfortable to tell people about myself, jadi mendingan yang lain gitu.
You're not comfortable sharing personal information about yourself? Itu berlaku di acting aja atau sebetulnya that's on general also apply?
On general.
Oh iya? Kamu tertutup gitu? Introvert gitu?
Not introverted, tapi kayak for public kali ya. For my best friend, they know everything. Kayak how silly I am, probably kayak how weird gitu. Mereka tahu. Cuman kalau misalkan on public, it's just not for public aja kayaknya deh. I don't know.
It's a decision that we need to learn to respect sebenarnya. Iya kan?
Semua. For some people, mungkin aku gini kali ya. I love to act, but being known is the consequences for me.
Oke. I love to act, but being known is a consequences for me. Sementara yang lain mungkin got it the other way around ya. You act because you love being known, right? At least kalau gue jadi aktor itu alasan utama gue.
Ada kok, bisa temenku juga ada kan kayak gue pengen terkenal gitu kayak
Iya,
ya nggak apa-apa
iya.
gitu kayak emang orang kan beda-beda aja.
Oke.
Kalau aku ngerasa itu konsekuensi kali ya. Kayak mau ke gym ada yang ngajak foto gitu. Cuman aku nggak akan menolak kan. Cuma maksudku kayak
Untung gue nggak ngajak kamu foto ya.
kan kadang-kadang kayak ngerti kan kayak baru
Iya.
bangun tidur, apalagi aku kalau ke gym pagi gitu nggak mandi dulu dong. Kan
Iya.
kita mau olahraga mau
Iya.
keringetan habis itu mandi habis itu. Cuman diajak orang foto jadi aduh belum mandi lagi gitu
Iya,
kan.
iya, iya,
Kayak ada
iya.
gitu-gitunya yang kayak kadang-kadang kita nggak pengen agak malu aja kali ya, malu.
Oke. Iya. Sementara itu kan kayaknya harusnya sinergi gitu ya. Aku juga banyak dengar gitu. Zaman sekarang itu di casting mendapatkan peran sebagai seorang aktor kan yang didambakan adalah mendapatkan peran dong, ajakan main film. Zaman sekarang tuh juga industrinya dilihat dulu sosial medianya seberapa terkenal untuk mengukur keterkenalan. Sementara ada loh jenis seniman yang seperti ini yang sebenarnya nggak pengen kan untuk bisa terkenal di sosial media dan angka follower menjadi penting adalah lo harus sering posting kehidupan pribadi lo toh. Iya kan?
Iya.
So I quite understand cara lo menavigasi sosial media pasti cukup tricky ya.
Iya. I mean like I'm not that active juga sih kayaknya di sosmed. Nggak begitu banyak share something yang private. Tapi kayak mungkin hobbies ya. Kayak I love watching football, nonton Arsenal, jadi kayak itu aku post gitu. Jadi at least some of I don't know why I do that. It's just kayak I'm just posting my hobbies.
Iya, it's you gitu. Pertanyaannya berarti begini, sebelum kita ngomongin film The Hole, berarti kalau kayak lagi wawancara media atau kayak gini, kamu juga paling ik banget kalau udah mulai masuk ke pertanyaan pribadi dong?
Iya. Biasanya aku udah pasti minta pertanyaan pribadi nggak usah gitu. Terus I don't do kayak misalkan lagi promo film aku pasti bilang gitu ya. Kita ngomongin film aja gitu. Terus kayak apa ya?
Tapi tetap ada tegangnya nggak kan? Kadang kan orang suka iseng, bener nggak sih?
Iya, exactly.
Iya kan?
Makanya
mau nanya keadaan sekarang tiba-tiba ngomongin apa gitu, iya kan?
Iya. Makanya aku hampir jarang banget ada di podcast atau apa karena memang malu aja sih. Kayak aku mau ngomongin apa ya? Apa yang menarik dari hidupku nggak ada yang menarik gitu. Kalau ngomongin film mungkin ya itu sesuatu yang aku passionate about kali ya. Jadi aku senang ngomonginnya.
Good. Gitu. Let's talk about movie then. World premiere film terbarunya Baskara judulnya The Hole. Lobang.
Bolong. In bahasa Indonesia bolong.
Oh,
judul bahasa Indonesia bolong.
Jenis, kita pikir lobang. Film mengenai lobang. Kok gue dengar judulnya aja gue takut bolong.
Iya.
Apa bedanya lobang dan bolong? Film The Hole dari Baskara ini saat ini at the moment we are filming this sedang world premiere di Rotterdam.
Rotterdam ya.
World premiere itu artinya apa sih? Berarti filmnya akan diputar di seluruh belahan dunia gitu?
Mungkin kalau world premiere itu kan adalah film pertama kali ditayangkan.
Iya.
Kenapa disebut world? Karena it's not in Indonesia kali ya.
Oh,
gitu. Jadi karena premiere bukan Indonesia, so it's a world premiere. So whenever the movie premiere pertama kali, we're gonna call it premiere kan ya. Tapi kalau misalkan di luar, it's world premiere. Misalkan tayang pertama kali di luarnya di any country other than Indonesia, tetap disebut world premiere.
Bukan berarti film itu akan tayang juga di negara tempat dia dilaksanakan premiere tersebut.
Kalau di sana tayang hanya untuk festival itu dan ada beberapa screening. I forgot mungkin ada 3 to 5 screenings. So it's considered kayak udah pernah tayang gitu.
Oke. Berarti setelah world premiere biasanya jarak berapa lama sih sampai akhirnya film itu bisa dinikmati oleh penikmat kita?
It's always different karena yang bisa menjawab pastinya eksibitornya gitu kayak 21, Cinepolis, CGV, mereka bisa jawab karena tergantung si produser dan eksibitor punya tanggal tayang, mereka udah janjiannya di kapan, mereka udah lock tanggal di kapan, cuman for this one, to be honest, aku belum tahu sih kapan. Gitu. Mungkin Mas Hanung tahu.
Iya, film ini berarti dibuat oleh Hanung.
Yes,
dan
Mas
selain
Hanung Bramantio.
Baskara ada Karissa yang lagi make up dan
Karissa.
tadinya kita pengen ngobrolnya berdua tapi dia lagi make up. Boleh cerita sedikit untuk penonton Brunch with Tiff apa kira-kira yang akan kita saksikan dari film The Hole ini?
The
Horror
Hole. You would love it.
Masa?
Yeah. It's set in the 60s, jadi ceritanya
60s?
Yeah, 60s. I'm playing an army guy. Wah, aku tuh belum paham apa aja yang boleh disebut, apa yang nggak boleh disebut. But filmnya bercerita soal investigasi seorang karakter yang diperankan oleh aku, Sugeng, yang gimana ya? Aku bisa cerita. Intinya dia sedang investigasi suatu kasus yang ada hubungannya juga dengan instansi dia. Lalu dari investigasi tersebut malah dia menemukan sesuatu yang bukan dia investigasi, tapi dia menemukan banyak hal lain yang makin terbuka, reveal terus untuk hal yang terjadi di kehidupan pribadi dia juga. Jadi ceritanya akan banyak mengenai tahun segitu, tahun 60-an. Mas Hanung sepertinya juga senang dengan tema-tema di tahun itu, cerita-cerita di tahun itu, apa yang terjadi di tahun itu.
Berarti gaya bahasa kamu ngomong juga ke 60-an nggak sih? Atau sama aja udahannya? Gue nggak ngerti loh.
Jujur sebenarnya kalau kita ngelihat gimana kita ngobrol di tahun 60-an, gimana kita ngobrol di tahun ini, pastinya akan beda ya. Tapi sejauh apa, ini apa, kayaknya baru bisa lihat di film nanti deh bagaimana aku mencobanya. Karena memang apa ya, mungkin contohnya kalau aku sekarang karena terbiasa ketemu adik-adik yang ngomongnya banyak bahasa Inggris, aku terbawa juga.
Bukannya
gitu
lu
kan.
juga masih kategorinya adik-adik, udah ada lagi yang di bawah.
Nah, banyak banget lah, kalau di bawah aku mah banyak banget lah. I'm 33, come on.
33?
Iya.
And you experience that on set gitu, aduh sekarang banyak dede-dede.
Pastilah. Aku sering banget di pair sama yang jauh lebih muda dari aku, jadi kayak ya udah biasa.
Oh, he is 33 but he doesn't look a day older than 20-ish.
Oh, come on.
You look so young for your age.
Masa sih? Enggak
Iya,
sih.
iya nggak? Setuju nggak? See?
Jadi my mustache gagal ya?
Is it an effort to make you look mature?
I'm kidding.
Oke. Tadi kan dia bilang gini, aku nggak tahu apa yang bisa di spill apa enggak. Oh, sebagai seorang aktor itu biasanya sebelum premier, kalian mendapatkan guidelines gitu. Sejauh mana ceritanya boleh diceritain ke media?
Ya, briefnya. Karena takut kita menceritakan yang plot yang dirahasiakan gitu. Karena cerita di sini sebenarnya The Hole ini banyak banget yang dirahasiakan karena it's also political dan juga bagaimana nanti ditonton twistnya kemana. My character's twist is a bit like lumayan pas aku baca pertama kali juga Mas Hanung gitu kayak oke.
Tapi seneng kan ngerjainnya?
Seru banget, lucu banget juga. Dan reconnect with my friend juga, Karissa. Jadi kita udah kenal lama. As a friend, temen main, tiba-tiba pertama kali project syuting bareng. Jadi kita kayak, we're enjoying it so much. Kayak, kita syuting bareng sekarang. Even for this, kita juga kayak, gila ya pertemanan kita. Dulu kita main, nongkrong, ketemu. Nggak kepikiran bakal kerja bareng, syuting bareng. I mean like, yeah of course kita, waktu itu Karissa belum syuting, terus habis itu sekarang Karissa syuting. Terus sekarang kita syuting bareng, terus kita kayak mau photoshoot kayak, kita tuh lucu ya temenannya. Jalurnya jadi kayak gini gitu, kayak mulainya tuh bukan dari ketemu kerja dulu jadi teman, tapi kita udah teman dulu baru kerja.
Susah nggak sih sebenarnya syuting dengan temen yang kenalnya teman main dulu gitu? Gue sih nggak bayangin diri gue ya kalau misalnya kayak harus mewawancarai teman gue, pasti kayak ada kikuk-kikuknya gitu, kayak boundariesnya tuh agak bingung gitu. What about you?
Enggak juga, karena sebenarnya kita juga sempat berapa tahun nggak ketemu lama, habis pas ketemu lagi kita reconnect, malah pas ketemu masih awkward lagi, kayak apaan sih, kita sering hangout tahu dulu, kayak udah kita let's sit down, kita ngobrol-ngobrol segala macam, apa sih we miss out on our life, jadi kita kayak cerita semuanya, dan cair lagi aja udah.
Which is the easiest? Beradu acting dengan teman atau orang yang sama sekali belum kenal, kamu kenalnya on set on that movie?
Kayaknya jawabannya tetap bagaimana mereka dalam bekerja sih tetap. Karena ada kan yang teman main menyenangkan pas kerja bareng kayak ternyata lu gak asik ya buat kerja. Mendingan kita main aja gitu kan. Ada kan yang kayak gitu pasti.
Ternyata ritme kita gak nyambung nih.
Iya.
Gitu,
Atau ada yang sama aja gitu kayak gak kenal tapi pas kerja bareng ternyata it's very easy kayak dia udah siap untuk role-nya, kita siap untuk kerja sama bareng. Jadi juga ya it's always different. Tergantung etika kerja, tergantung bagaimana dia juga membuka dirinya atau kayak mana yang kita bisa akses untuk karakternya gitu-gitu kan. Karena memang for every character, for every story pasti beda banget kebutuhan kita untuk chemistry-nya gitu kali ya. Jadi aku rasa tergantung dia di onset kayak gimana.
Oke. Terakhir, are you a hopeful person?
Hopeful? Yes, I guess.
Okay.
I'm asking myself, I don't know. Am I? Kayaknya iya sih, harusnya iya.
Okay.
I'm a hopeful person, yeah.
Okay. Do you consider yourself to be a big dreamer?
A big dreamer. I'm not that a big dreamer kayaknya. Aku lebih mencoba melihat step by step kali, baby steps kayak for my goals. Tapi kalau a big dreamer, obviously semua orang punya big dream kayak, tapi aku mencoba kayak instead of terlalu besar, aku ngelihatnya it lebih kayak unrealistic. Aku mencoba compartmentalize it ke lebih kayak small. Terus aku mencoba melihat my small goals, apa yang mau aku lakuin. Mungkin kalau kayak tanya 5 tahun lagi mau apa, that's the question yang biasa muncul kan. Aku kayak nggak tahu sih kalau 5 tahun. I might have like an idea, tapi how to get there kayak aku nggak tahu. Mendingan aku kayak setahun ke depan, 2 tahun, 3 tahun lebih step by step.
Kalau gitu tahun ini apa kira-kira kebayangnya? Ada nggak yang bisa dibagi untuk Bazaar? Your next step, what's next for Baskara this year?
I think kalau the questions like dream, to be hopeful gitu kali ya. I just right now I see myself as someone just wanna be as happy possible. So I'm just gonna do myself kayak I'm gonna do my jobs kayak jawabannya how happy I am kalau misalkan aku ambil project itu. Kalau misalkan risknya misalkan terlalu besar tapi nggak membuat aku dopamin level yang berbeda yang aku dapetin, kayaknya aku nggak lakuin itu gitu. Mungkin itu kali ya. Jadi kayak for this year I just aku banyak checklist ya aku pengen lakuin for the first time gitu. Kayak misalkan aku tuh pengen banget ke Everest. Aku pengen banget.
Really?
Not the top one ya, tapi kayak ke base camp-nya. Aku pengen, I wanna do that Everest base camp. Dan I've been like nggak naik gunung for a long time. Jadi aku pengen naik gunung lagi. Terus aku pengen I wanna watch F1 live for the very first time. Hopefully this season bisa kayak schedule-nya match. Apalagi ya kayak simple goals kayak gitu, kayak checklist di hidup yang aku mau lakuin lagi.
Simple goals, but those are experiences you would like to collect.
Iya. Mungkin itu kali ya.
F1 itu sih katanya menarik banget, katanya vibe-nya beda ketika nonton.
Iya.
Best of luck for 2026.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. Wah! Seperti yang kita janjikan kepada Anda, setelah tadi kita ngobrol sama Baskara, sekarang Carissa hadir.
Hello. Hi.
So this is your second year terlibat di Harper's Bazaar movie issue?
Yes, so honored, honestly.
Iya kan? Last year aku juga kan mengunjungi set dan kamu waktu itu dangdut ya?
Iya.
Pasar kaget itu kan? Sama pasar ribut. Dasar bule ribut sama kaget yang nggak bisa bedain.
I'm just following whatever you say. I'm like, yes, absolutely. So.
And this, what's the theme? Kamu baru menyelesaikan foto kan?
Yes.
You just finished the photo shoot?
Yes, Baskara.
Let's talk about the theme.
Okay, so the theme is based on the film Bolong. And it's kind of like, should I say, spooky, vibey, witchcraft core a little bit.
Okay.
But it's very feminine and still with the kabayas theme.
Okay.
Still.
Okay, let's talk about fashion then. Your personal style, your go-to personal style. How would you describe it?
I would say a little bit more on the tomboy side, I think.
Really?
Yeah, way more tomboy. I think way more laid back and comfortable.
Okay.
Baggy.
Oh, that's a theme. Laid back and comfortable.
Yes, absolutely. Always.
Okay. What do you do for fun if you're not filming?
I hang out with my friends. I go to the beach. Yeah, that's it. Listen to some music.
You go to the beach?
I mean, when I'll like leave Jakarta, I'll go somewhere else. If I'm not working, I'll get out of the city for sure.
Okay. Also, you're a beach person, not a mountain person.
I would say a bit of both, but mostly the beach, I think.
Okay.
Definitely.
What do you do to kill time?
What do I do to kill time? I lay in bed and I watch movies. I just bed rot for like hours.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Name one movie you can recommend that you've watched recently and you think it is worth watching for us.
Recently, I watched Sentimental Value. It's really good. It's about a family situation. It's quite complex. I think it got an Oscar nomination, or it actually won a few Oscars. But it's really good. It's if you like slow burn family dramas.
Oh, I hate slow burn.
Yeah?
Oh.
Wait, do you like Portrait of a Lady on Fire?
I don't believe I've watched it.
You have to. But it's slow burn, but it's beautiful. It's worth
Really?
it. It's worth
What's the title again?
Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Yeah. I literally have it tattooed. It's like my favorite movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's just like a
Show
little-
us.
It's just a
It's
little.
your favorite movie?
It's my favorite movie. It's this one right here.
Oh.
But
Oh.
that's a good slow burn movie. It's pretty slow burn.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I have the patience to watch anything slow burn.
That's okay.
Was that your kind of movie?
Not all the time. Just on the days where I want to feel something. You know? I'm like, yeah, slow burn's good.
How would you describe yourself?
Pretty awkward.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so shy right now, like shaking.
But you've met me. This is your second time, no?
I know. But just the public speaking isn't really my forte.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much Indonesian do you think you speak or master on a scale of 1 to 10?
-5. Bahasa Indonesia aku is so terrible.
Really? On a daily basis, you don't talk Indonesian at all with your parents or people at house?
No, not really. Mungkin sama teman-teman, yes.
Okay.
But makanya jadi it's even harder for me sometimes when I read a script. I'm like, why is this so difficult for me?
You read my mind because that was actually my follow-up question.
I don't know how it's my job. I'm like, how?
Sementara dia pemain film Indonesia, nih. Apakah semua film yang kamu mainkan pakai bahasa Inggris? Enggak kan?
No, they're all Indonesian. Tapi aku belajar bahasa Indonesia juga dari reading pertama kalinya.
Oh,
So-
see? Ini setelah switch ke bahasa Indonesia juga sebenarnya nggak kedengaran kaku ya. Let's talk about your latest movie, The Hole.
Oh,
Congratulations, by the way.
thank you so much.
Would you please introduce us to the character you're playing on that movie?
Absolutely. My character's name is Arum, and she is the wife of, who plays Baskara. Baskara plays Sugeng, so I'm his wife, but also his adopted sister. So it's a bit
Wife
weird.
and adopted sister. Oh wow,
Yes.
what a life.
Yes, quite. But we're quite wealthy. Like, our characters are quite wealthy. My biological father is very wealthy, but he's done some terrible, unspeakable things. And that unravels throughout the story, but also has some political indentations into it. So,
Okay. The background is in the 60s, Baskara mentioned?
yeah, I think the 60s, around the 60s.
Okay.
So the fashion was really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I loved all the costumes. It was like my favorite part of it. So, yeah.
Your favorite part of the process of shooting the movie is getting dolled up in the 60s theme costume?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. For your research, what kind of research do you do? I mean, 60s, you were born in the 20s? In 19... anak
98.
2000-an dong lo?
Oh, I wish. No, I'm 98.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Masih milenial dong itu.
Is that not Gen Z? Yeah, millennial. No, I'm a millennial. Are you serious?
Iya, milenial kan? You wish you're Gen Z.
Of course. Give me the Botox. What's happening?
Okay, what kind of research did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, we did a lot of research actually, but without spoilers, we had to do a lot of physical acting. So we had a coach come in, and we had to do, without spoilers, I don't know how to. But yeah, we had a lot to do that way. But also, like, our coach made all of us, because we're also acting with Anya Zen, as well as Maskifa. So we had a lot of bonding during that
Okay.
session as well. So research-wise, I think more for us, it was more about physical stuff. But I
Okay.
can't give anything away.
Okay. So if I were to ask you which is the most challenging part in filming The Hole would be?
Sorry, I had a funny answer. I was like, I can't say that.
Why?
No, drama. No, I'll get fired. No, I'm kidding. The most challenging part, the Indonesian, but also, yeah, just kind of keeping these two characters have parallels within them, because it's not just a singular character without giving
Okay.
too much.
Okay.
So so.
I think I know where this is going or what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting. How did you land that part in the movie? Did Mas Hanung contact you personally, or did you guys cast for it?
Well, I've worked with Mas Hanung twice already before
Okay.
this. So he just asked me to come in and try it out. And then, yeah, it was a go. So for this one, I didn't cast for it exactly, but the last two movies that I did with him, I casted for it.
Okay. Baskara mentioned that you guys were friends before you worked together. Okay. How would you describe him as a friend? Is he as calm and collected as we've seen him on movies and on set?
Absolutely not. No, no. He can be. He's such a. Okay, I'm gonna get sappy, but he's such a fun person to be around. He's
Okay.
completely himself, but he's also such a safe space for a lot of people. He has like a
Really?
big heart to.
That's such a
It's
beautiful
not.
way of describing somebody.
I mean it. I hate you, Bus, but I mean it.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's such a safe place for everyone.
Yeah.
Aw.
Totally.
Oke, dia semacam rumah penampungan gitu ya kita membayangkannya.
Home. I don't know.
Kalau setelah film ini kamu ditawarkan film berikutnya bersama Baskara, would you immediately say yes atau ada pertimbangan lain yang harus kamu?
Absolutely yes. We're actually doing a series together, like
Oh,
in 2 weeks. So
really?
I was like, Baskara's in it. I need to be in it, dude.
Oh wow.
So yeah, would love to work with him all the time.
Okay.
For sure.
Let's talk about wishes, goals, and dreams in 2026. Do you have any?
Get better at Indonesian.
Getting better at Indonesian. Which one is more difficult? Written or speaking? Oral.
I think oral.
Oral.
Sorry,
Okay, I
yeah.
know. Do you text in bahasa Indonesia
Sometimes.
to your friends?
Sometimes, yeah. They don't know what I'm talking about.
Disingkat-singkat gitu pasti bahasa
Yeah.
teksnya.
Like, apa sih kayak the way I talk.
Okay, lalu continue.
Probably be closer to friends and family, but also I think take on more challenging projects. And maybe be more active on social media. I
You're
don't
not.
know.
Wait,
I am, but like not as much.
really? I just follow you on Instagram and your feeds are. It looks like you're active on it.
I'm trying.
You're trying.
My manager's like, girl.
You need to.
Yeah.
What? Isn't social media your generation thing? It's not your thing?
I mean, I definitely doom scroll, but I don't like being perceived that much, which is a crazy thing to say for the job I have. But
Okay.
I have a lot of like anxiety for social media.
Similarity with Baskara.
Really?
Yeah, he I saw that expression. He claimed he just like enjoying contents without posting too much about his personal life.
I mean, yeah, okay, that's true, but I don't know.
Same goes to you? You don't like to share anything too personal on your social media account?
I think it's because I used to do it so much. Like I used to put out so much out there. Now I'm like, ooh, let's reel it back in because it's a little bit not too private anymore. So, yeah, keep some things private, like love and life.
Biggest regret about social media?
Posting? No, I can't say that.
Posting too many, too private?
Too private.
Too soon?
Too soon. Yeah, way too soon. That's so embarrassing. Like having to archive it is just, yeah, it's embarrassing.
Masalah anak muda ya, hanya yang anak muda yang oke. Mungkin kata kuncinya adalah too soon ya, terlalu terburu-buru aja.
Absolutely.
Okay. Things about yourself that you don't want to carry in this new year.
Anxiety and depression.
Okay, I heard you mention depression twice already. Anxiety and depression. What does usually trigger your anxiety? This?
Like-
What, interview?
Yeah.
Or interview?
Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun, but my
Uh-huh.
heart is racing like crazy, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk out of here and be like, I totally said the most stupidest things. So, yeah, I think I would like to leave that behind.
Okay, so actually you enjoy performing, like photo shoot is fine, filming a movie is fine, hanging out with other people is fine, being on stage?
Ooh, no.
Being on stage is not. Interview is not.
I mean, yeah, interviews are fun. Like, this is fun
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now
yeah, yeah.
because I can speak in English. If this
Okay,
was
okay.
Indonesian, I would
Okay.
be
Okay.
terrible.
Okay. And you also mentioned depression.
Oh, that was a joke, but not really. Like, it was like a dark joke, but we can talk about it. No, I'm kidding.
Because your generation used the word lightly.
That's true.
It's,
I hate that.
yeah.
I hate it. But if it spreads awareness, then,
Okay.
you know, that's how you really feel.
Yeah. But you're not depressed. You're just stressed out. Right? You're too gorgeous to be depressed. Nobody would believe it.
That's not true. Thank you. I'm honored. You know what? Depression gone. Depression gone. I'm firing my therapist. I don't need her anymore. Depression gone.
Best of luck for 2026. Thank you
you so
again
much.
for participating in this year's movie issues.
Thank you so much for having me. Really.
A pleasure, a pleasure. I'm going to leave you to your next shoot.
Okay.
Off you go, Cinderella.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you.